What's up guys, back in today with another reaction to the Berserk manga, this time with the chapters The White Lily of the Field and Mother. Last time out we had some decent chapters, again not my favourites or anything, especially didn't enjoy too much the second chapter that we covered last week, so I won't end up recapping that one. But we saw a little bit more of Farnese learning her magic, as she then went to her family house, got kind of dismissed a little bit by her father, which yeah, never nice. But she ends up meeting her brother, who has agreed to help her and lend the travelling party a boat, but the cost is her. Again, I'm not sure. I'm thinking there might be some kind of ancestral goings on there, perhaps. Again, that is quite common with royal families and families of high status and such in these eras, so wouldn't surprise me whatsoever, and it is Berserk. But yeah, other than that, not too much went on. Again, just a nice look at Farnese. Again, we had all this kind of bathing stuff, which there was a lot of fun in the last chapters, but that whole part with Shurka and Casca just kind of took it down a bit for me. I didn't really want to see that. But looking forward to seeing what we got today. Let me know what you guys think about these chapters down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date with these weekly reactions. The argument against what I just said there would be that it's realistic in what it shows and such, and in a way, yeah, it is. It's a real body, it's a real person, but what is the need for me to? I wouldn't see that in real life, and maybe I will when I have a daughter or whatever, if I have a daughter. But way too soon to be talking about that. But I don't really want to see it in my media, to be honest with you. But yeah, let's get right into the White Lily of the Field. Farnese? She's not coming back? What's up with that, Serpico? Who's going to look after Casca? Take this. If you show this letter to any trader in the city, you should be able to acquire a ship and as many sailors as you need. Please do not open the seal. So we're going to be sailing with others as well. That should be interesting. Getting a bit of a crew. A bit of a pirate crew. And Shurka? I'm returning these borrowed items. Thank you very much. And she fought for those items as well, to be fair. Just to give them back. That's really nice of her, isn't it? As I think she sees that as well. On behalf of the Vandimian family, I offer the sincerest gratitude for safely returning the head of the family's daughter, Farnese do Vandimian. Again, I'm not sure. Farnese do Vandimian to this place. Not what I hear too often. It's usually like with the Dutch people. I mean, this is again, I think this was the last one was Spanish. This one was, I can't remember actually. It was this. I can't remember this one was actually Italy. Yeah, that's the one, Italy. Well, it's not exactly set in Italy, but it's got a lot of Italian vibes and stuff. But yeah, it's usually again the Dutch that you'd have like a ven or a de before their kind of last name. Not, I mean, you do that. You do see that like with D. You see D quite a bit with Italians. I think of a lot of footballers like Di Lorenzo and Di Natale, but don't see Do. I don't think I've seen Do very often. But yeah, the head of the family's daughter, Farnese do Vandimian, to this place. It amounts to little, but our Vandimian bank shall shoulder the burden of any and all expenditures your group incurs while in this city. Do you know what anime I'm watching this season that reminds me a little bit of Shurka? Very different, but the Apothecary Diaries. It's absolute quality. You guys should check out if you haven't already. There's quite a Shurka-like character in there with the main character Mao Mao. I really enjoy her. She's a bit of a magician herself, a bit more grounded in reality. No, that's the thing. I wouldn't say Shurka's not the funny thing about this, isn't it? None of this is very realistic in Berserk, but funny enough, you can probably say it is grounded in reality. A lot of the outcomes, a lot of the characters especially, are grounded in reality. Yeah, there's all these fantastical demons and magic and fairy tale stuff going on. Quite funny. Again, I extend our formal thanks. Now, by your leave. And of course, Serpico's going to be going with Farnese, of course. Hopefully this doesn't last too long. But wait, Serpico, please! Hey, there's no harm in at least telling us the reason, is there? There is nothing for me to say on this matter. I guess in Serpico, maybe he doesn't know. I want to try having a fight with you again. That motivation no longer exists. Well, because Guts isn't going to be putting Farnese in danger or anything now. That motivation no longer exists, Sir Guts. Or maybe it's just because we've spent so much good time together. Actually become friends and comrades. Perhaps that's why as well. Either way, I think that's a bit of a good thing to hear. If it's the latter of what I said about him, it's because he's not going to be with him anymore, then obviously that's not a great thing. But again, hopefully this don't last too long, because as I've been saying, I'm really looking forward to seeing more Farnese and her learning magic, and Serpico's getting more in the story now, seeing more of him fighting and such, so that would be a big shame. I do have a feeling that hopefully it won't last too long though. So now what? Shh. It's no use. Her mind is closed, or rather, it seems that Farnese has united, untied my hair. Now thought transference will not reach her. What gives? We've all cheated death together so much, and in the end it's a scrap of paper and have a nice life. This is why I can't stand aristocrats. But, oh well. People are as cold as ice. What song is that? Probably a few songs. Quite generic saying, I think. By Foreigner. What a name that is. Foreigner. 1977. You're as cold as ice. I think I've heard a few songs similar. I don't think I've ever heard of this singer before. Probably absolutely massive, and probably should have heard of him, I imagine. 18 million results, so yeah, probably. Foreigner. Or maybe it's just like a Japanese song that I wouldn't have any clue who the singer is. I think there are some circumstances they cannot discuss, like incest. When I touch Serpico's hat, I need to get off that. Like I said, recently I've been watching a load of. I did watch a load of. They're on my mind because they're so shit. Those wrong turn movies, because they're so inbred and fucked up and disgusting. That is, yeah. It's not even good horror. It's just disgusting horror. So yeah, fair to say, I've had a lot of incest on my screen, unwantingly. They've all been crap, but again, I'm a bit of a completionist. Once I watch that series or something, I do want to finish it. First two are okay. The remake's actually pretty decent. The rest are fucking awful. When I touch Serpico's hat, well, 3's okay. 4, 5, and 6 are just god awful. When I touch Serpico's hand for an instant, A vision of Farnese's sad face came across, and Serpico's perplexity. It kind of makes me scared to. I was planning on watching Hatchet and a few other horror movies, but I'm not sure I'm too into the whole mountain man, mutant, inbred killer thing anymore. It doesn't seem like my favourite type of thing. This is just so odd. Farnese was so zealous about studying magic and taking care of Casca, so to suddenly do this. I can't take my eyes off her for a second. It ain't like me to poke my head into people's affairs, but this definitely doesn't seem right. Hey, short stuffs. Hey, what's with the plural? Well, everyone here is short in comparison to Guts, to be fair. I've got a favour to ask. It's an elf-only job. An elf-only job. You know, I really love Ivalera's hair, especially from the back, looking like a flower like it does. It does look really good. I wonder if that's possible. I think that would almost be impossible in real life. For real hair, especially. Well, yeah, to be fair, I've seen some crazy hairstyles. Women can do a lot. But men as well, but mostly women in that industry of kind of stuff like modelling and such. I've seen some pretty crazy hair, to be fair, so maybe not impossible. Difficult though. For a lovely looking wagon. This is kind of wild. Aristocratic stately mansion infiltration report. Just don't have too much fun. Yeah, super excited. As they should be. A little spy mission right here. This should be a lot of fun. Don't lose sight of him. Roger. Superman Puck right here. And again, like I said, there's that really nice looking like flower. Damn. The 4-leaf clover. Have you guys ever found a 4-leaf clover? I don't believe I have. Don't believe I have. They are. Specks of brightness. And some beautiful settings here, isn't there? These angels. Lovely. Bloody hell, look at that chandelier. Let's say lovely chandelier, and then it just goes oh, and then even more. Like chandelier on a chandelier on a chandelier on a chandelier on a chandelier. Jesus Christ. That is a bit ridiculous. It reminds me of the chandelier from Digimon, funny enough. Might attempt to spell chandelier there. So how the fuck do you spell chandelier? God, this is good. I've never been one good at English, to be honest with you. I failed in high school, and then I failed in college for the first year, and I somehow ended up I think I said this before. I managed to end up scraping passing it finally in my second year and final year at college, so that was very lucky. But I think I've said this before. I initially got given someone else's results that failed, and someone got given mine, and then we had to do the switch, so I ended up feeling quite bad to give them their failing result. But obviously I was quite happy I ended up passing. Yeah. God, that is... Oh, it's a C, of course. Kind of close, I guess. I'm not sure I'm going to find it, to be honest with you, but there was always a stage with like a fallen chandelier, like an ice type stage. I think it might have been in number 2, actually. I really loved these games growing up. Really loved them. Oh, so it wasn't quite a chandelier, but they used to have these little diamond things at the top, and they'd fall down, do a load of damage. But yeah, that was a lot of my childhood playing both of those games right there. I was a big Digimon guy. Digimon and Yu-Gi-Oh were my thing. I still like Yu-Gi-Oh a bit today. I don't play. It's super expensive. I've never been one to play, especially when all my rarest cards got stolen. That was pretty much what I gave up playing Yu-Gi-Oh. When all my rare and shiny cards got stolen, except for one. Yeah, they look like they're having a lot of fun here. I'm not sure what this is. Like ornaments, figures. These bloody fucking elves. Not sure we could have sent anyone else worse on a reconnaissance. Is that what you call it? On an intel mission. If there's anyone worse than those that want to have fun all the time. Like we're in the Garden of Eden. Right here. Jesus Christ. Tell you what, I really love this soundtrack right here from Nana. I love a lot of that soundtrack. It's really different. There's loads of different kind of genres. Ooh, I'm starved. Ah, celebrity life. The dinner Swedes. But we lost sight of Serpi. Burp. Oh dear. You fucking idiots. That's right. How can you just eat and sleep? Get it together. This is serious business. Stop that, burp. There she is. And I love this look. Little headband thing. There goes Farnese. Wow. Who does she think she is? Dressed up like a princess. She's just a servant. Mine. Look at that Snorlax right here. Nope. There you are, Farnese. Excellent. Brother. Look how beautiful this place is. Reminds me a little bit of Shirka's master's place with all the nature. Quite different. Less naturistic. It's and you get this kind of normal up here, and then just on the surface level, the ground level, it's beautiful and full of flowers and stuff. Again, I really like this look of Farnese right here. I'm pleased you accepted my request. No need to worry. I won't steer you wrong. Go on and introduce yourself, my old friend. So it's not incest. Good to hear. Oh my god. This guy looks corny. It is a pleasure to meet you, Farnese de Vandemian. I am Roderick of Staufen. This guy's German. He does look a bit German, to be fair. He does look a bit German. So, is it actually that she's going to marry one of his friends to get him within the family or something? Better than incest, whatever it is. I hope. If it's not, then fucking hell. What have we got to see? Again, apology, guys. My doctors, they're no longer producing my nasal spray, so my allergies have. That's usually the best way of me combating my allergies. So yeah, might be like this for a little while. Hopefully not too long. But yeah, it's mostly my eyes. Funny enough, yeah, mostly. I don't know how that works, but because of my nasal spray, my eyes you suffer the most. So yeah, that's a bit of a bastard, but it's what it is. Yeah, this guy does just look a bit corny, doesn't he? My hair just looks fake almost, doesn't it? Not bad looking facial wise. It's got similar eyebrows to me, to be fair. Quite big, big eyebrows. Maybe it's the nose that I think that looks quite German. An officer of the 11th Navy, I think. I think that's 11th. Could be the Roman numerals for 2, but I don't know. Roderick, which is just like, yeah, that's an awful name. It's not a bad name, but it just reminds me of. I think I maybe watched these movies maybe once or twice. Maybe watched 2 of these movies, but the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies, Roderick. So yeah, not the sweetest name there. Greet him. He's your fiance. Yeah, it's a bit of an arranged kind of marriage here. It looks like she's agreed to marry this guy. But what if this guy died? What would we do then? Are we through? Let's not kill him before we know him though. He might actually be a good guy. I would be honoured if you would call me Roderick, Lady Farnese. How do you do, Roderick? Alright, it's been a while since I've heard that. I used to hear that a lot. How do you do? Being in England. Yeah, I don't really hear that too often nowadays. There's a lot of kind of English kind of customs and sayings and such. Don't hear too much nowadays, but that's just how the times change. Just how the times change. How do you do, Roderick? And likewise, call me Farnese. Whoa, 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 whoa! What the hell is this? Roderick is an old friend from my college days. He's 3rd in line to the royal throne of the 11th, and the ship's captain in the 11th Navy. I have heard much about you from your brother, about the Van Diemen devil child, and the wandering princess. You decided to marry her? Roderick, that's kind of abrupt. Yes, that is correct. Ha 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 ha. You are interesting. I haven't got the worst impression from him just yet. Again, I say this, I'll turn the next page and then it'll show something horrible. It's usually how it goes. But you know what? He's not too bad. He's not too bad. Could be arranged to marry much worse. Look around, Farnese. At the roses spread throughout this greenhouse. Roderick's given them all to you. What do you expect us to do with these? Don't get me wrong, it's a romantic act. It's a lot of work. Maybe a bit too much, honestly. I like how his pants seem to blend in, as well as Farnese's dress. All these? That's incredible. It was a bit of an effort, making it worthy of the daughter of the esteemed Van Diemen family. But do they please you? They do. Thank you very much, Roderick. What was that about? I love this look of Farnese though. She does look very sweet here. Again, could be much worse, honestly. This guy, again, he seems actually pretty nice. And I'm glad it wasn't the outcome I was thinking. To be fair, I shouldn't see myself being too weird for thinking that, because all the comments last episode were thinking that as well. So I think that says more about Berserk than it does me. I hope. Oh yeah. Well, you make for quite the picture, surrounded by roses. There's pictures already? I feel like that's not a thing. Like, wow. This is a made-up universe, but I don't know. Were there pictures and stuff during this time period? I don't think there was. But this is Berserk's universe, so maybe there is in this universe. So, like I said, maybe I'm getting a bit too ahead of myself there. But you know, for my part, I just can't bring myself to like roses. Do you want to be liked or hated? Boy. Roses are said to be ladies amongst flowers. A symbol of evident nobility, they bloom fully and haughtily. All other flowers look like mere window dressing. Yes, indeed, just like noble women, competing through dress and showiness. Inside the greenhouse, that is noble rank. But even the roses are gathered by the 100 or 1,000, you can't tell one from the next. These roses are a fitting adornment for you. A white lily of the field which scatters not, even when struck by a strong wind. This guy's good with his words, isn't he? Did he practice before this? Did he get some help here? He's doing a good job right now, isn't he? Doing a pretty good job right now. Again, I'm sorry guys. My fucking allergies. So annoying. It's just amazing, isn't it? How sorry to go a bit rant here, but it's just amazing how that your medicine could just stop one day. Just you're never going to get this again. Like, why? So annoying. So annoying. So he's saying these roses are fitting adornment for her because she stands out, because she's a white lily, which is the name of the chapter, of course. Standing strong, looking beautiful, standing out. I think Ivalera is a bit jealous, honestly. Doesn't know what to say to that. A bit taken back, eh? I mean, she doesn't seem like overwhelmed by him or anything, does she? But it could be much worse. You know what this is? It's a scandal. This just won't do. We're out of here. We got to let everyone know. I got gossip to spread. This is how I see women in general, talking about the matters of love. Especially during like my high school years and such, anything about anything would be spread about, anything you told anyone. And that was a really big lesson for me to learn, and I think that's shaped who I am a little bit in those terms. People spreading rumours and gossip and talking about what I done, what other people do. I hate hearing people. I mean, it's not like I don't bitch and stuff. You hear me enough in my videos to myself, but yeah, I really don't like it when people talk about other people behind their backs to me, and I don't like hearing it when they're talking to if I just hear it in the kind of space, I get out of there. I don't really want to hear that kind of stuff. I don't know what it is about that, but I really don't like it. But again, I've always known that people will be talking about me and talking about stuff behind my back. So I've always tried to, again, just keep out of that. And I've always tried to not do it to other people. It just, I don't know, someone within me that just like, that's more wrong than it should be, if you know what I'm saying. It's not like the worst thing ever. It's not like a crime or anything. But to me, again, I just really don't like it. So, yeah. And again, I'm not the most straightforward, straight up guy ever. I won't say exactly what I think at all times or anything, but I also think it comes from the lesson of if you don't have anything nice to say, just don't say anything. Just keep it within yourself. It's a bit of a Japanese way of thinking. Maybe that's why I like anime and such so much. I do relate quite a lot to the Japanese kind of way of thinking and such, but that doesn't mean I'd do well in Japan because their work ethic and such certainly isn't for me. But yeah, I've never really liked people that kind of, usually the people that talk a lot that end up kind of doing that kind of stuff, like gossiping and kind of talking rubbish about other people behind their backs. Then it's always ironic because you see those same people that talk about the people behind their backs trying to be all nice and to them. They're actually like usually good friends and such. So yeah, I've always had a bit of a thing about that. As they are spotted by the man they were meant to be following. Which is pretty funny, isn't it? They were meant to be tailing Serpico, but ended up actually getting caught by Serpico. Barney? Engaged? What the heck? Is it true, Ivalera? You bet it is. We just got a load of the guy. These roses are a fitting adornment for you, he said, or some junk. So smug. But it felt so natural and gorgeous. Gonna have to Google that one. Farnese didn't look all that unhappy. No, she didn't. But she didn't look all that smitten or happy either, did she? So why do you care about this? Yeah, the Cedro doesn't strike me as the stuff you'd be interested in. What was that? Gorgeous. I think I've heard that before. No, I don't idea what it means though. Spelt differently here. Borg Aois. Gorgeous. Belonging to or characteristic of the middle class. Typically with reference to its perceived materialistic values or conventional attitudes. Self-confessed and proud Borgias. Okay. So yeah, as I mentioned about my allergies, there's probably going to be a few more cuts than usual today, fortunately. I also feel like the people that do this the most. I mean, I'm not hating on Ivalera here. I do like Ivalera, and she's an elf, so it's different. And she's not actually kind of bitching or whatever. We've never seen her really well. We have seen her do that, but in fun ways and such, in kind of endearing ways. Whereas in real life, it is just a lot of the time just nasty. I don't remember what I was going to say now. But oh yeah, I was going to say is usually the people that do this are like the most jealous, kind of most sucky people. Most parasitic type of people that again usually talk a lot and just want to farm kind of interaction. You mean if she marries him, she won't be able to travel with us anymore? Well, it just might mean that. She could have just said so instead of running off all of a sudden. Talk about cold. I'm sure being friends with a monkey like you is embarrassing for an aristocrat. Not to mention with weird insects like you. I beg your pardon. I think it is otherwise. The antenna. Farnese wishes to learn magic. Farnese's wish to learn magic was genuine, and she treasured her silver knife so much. She was also the person to whom Casca was most attached. I'm quite unable to look after her as Farnese did. What is she eating here? The paper. But still, she sent back the silver knife and all. Isn't studying magic something an aristocrat girl would just fall into on a whim? You really do talk too much. Uh-oh. It's the opposite. As collateral for getting a ship, an engagement was suggested to her, or something like that. Yes, right. That would make sense. Good call. I mean, very obvious to us, but even in it, for these guys, surely that was quite obvious. Aristocratic political marriages are pretty much a matter of course, especially for her, a daughter of nobles with such a high reputation. I completely forgot about that. So, what do we do? It's what she decided herself. Or so I'd like to think. Ah, oh man. That settles it. If the price for a ship is Casca's babysitter and good food, it just ain't much of a deal. Well, yeah, I think that's our letter of recommendation kind of thing right there. So we can always steal a ship or something. But Farnese, she's irreplaceable. I love that from you guys. I love that. But yeah, good chapter right here, wasn't it? Again, pleasantly surprised. I'd almost call it a twist that it wasn't incest. I'd almost call that a twist, actually. But yeah, he actually seemed quite nice, this guy. He did actually seem quite nice. So hopefully no kind of badness or anything falls upon him, because like I said, he really doesn't actually deserve it whatsoever. But yeah, pretty nice stuff here. Like I said, really like this end part, of course. Guts, value and Farnese. I think this is going to do a lot for her, Farnese. Just kind of knowing a bit more now that she has so much value in the group. This person brings up a decent point. Very obvious. I said that earlier about Serpico not wanting to fight Guts anymore, but maybe Serpico has a new target in his crosshairs. In what was his name? Roderick. Yeah, that is quite horrible, isn't it? This person says, not the gang playing around with a paper that costs a friend's life with marriage. When you think about that, it is. I mean, it obviously seems they've got no intention of going through with it. It is quite the thing when they're just playing around with that. Obviously, Casca knows no better, but even so, that's not exactly nice. Not exactly the greatest thing, is it? I didn't catch that. Apparently, in the first panel, Casca's sucking. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she is. Didn't catch that. She was doing that in the last chapter as well. She was using him as a spoon. Casca's getting quite a bit of hate in the comment section right now. Yeah, I think this person is right. As much as that guy did seem decently nice. I think it is the fact that he just wants to get married to the name and the wealth. I think what he said earlier, as romantic as it seemed, and such as much as a woman would probably want. I'm not sure if a woman would want to hear that, but it seems like a thing a woman would like to hear. I think, like I said, it was kind of practicing that before. It doesn't matter what she looked like. It doesn't matter who she actually was. It was more he wants the family name and the success that comes with that. Which is intriguing that his brother would kind of do this to her, considering he was in a similar kind of boat. I don't know. Interesting. Okay, not much else in the comment section, so let's move right on to the final chapter for today. Mother. Just the one kanji there. Oh. What is this? She's still trying her magic. Trying to create the apple. Do you know what? I'm seeing a bit of a faint outline, I guess, right there. A little more. Oh. It feels like I'm so close. My practice of magic with my mentor. It was short, but I felt a sign like something would change inside me, and it made my heart race. But then being here like this, I'm liable to think that was nothing more than silly child's play. Breezy cold air. Here it is, already spring. Yet the snow lingers. Damn snow in spring. You will catch a cold, Lady Farnese. Being with you. In this place, the snow falling on us. It feels just like being in that miniature garden in the holy city. Again, I'm liking the outfits a lot. And the setting as well. Beautiful setting, beautiful place, isn't it? It's amazing that something like this exists in this time period. As if that journey, as if the things I felt on that strange journey were all a dream. I wanted to be useful by doing something nobody but I could do. I wanted to be helpful to all of them. There's plenty you can do. As we've just seen, you're very much relied upon. Barney says things that just no one can do that you can in that group. I understand that she wanted to get this boat because no one else legitimately could within the group. But she brings much more than just that, just a boat. Again, we chucked the fucking boat in the bin. Fuck the boat. We want you back, Farnese. But I'm sure that was an excuse. I was unable to stay there at the fireside circle of light given to me so unexpectedly. There was warmth, yet I could offer it nothing in return. The warmer it got, the more I thought, I might have a place there. But I couldn't stay, and in my anxiety, I ran back home. Here, where I'm accustomed to the cold and enclosed. Just why'd they put a little oh, it's a leaf. I was gonna say, why'd they put little dickies on these statues? That just takes away all the beauty of a statue. As a man, of course, I'd say that, but it just does. I know this is not exactly the same thing, but I relate to Farnese in a way here because I've always been a person where I've always been pretty quick and good to learn things. But for me, in a situation like she would be in here, I'd always be like, so when is the time going to come where I'm going to disappoint these people, where it's going to be end up me leaving this place because I feel like I'm disappointing these people and not good enough to be here? Sorry. Had a bit of a moment there. I saw a shadow of something out my window and it looked like a frog, but no way a frog would be up this high. I'm a coward and a fool. As I said, I feel like I could relate a little bit to Farnese here. Yeah, not exactly the same as what I just mentioned there, what she's going through here, but something similar. Lady Farnese. Murmur. It's Mother. The name of the title. The chapter, shall I say. Mother. Have you ever seen her, Mum? I don't think we have we? So, Farnese. You know what? I'm not sure. I mean, I could be chatting rubbish here, but you never hear too many people who are close with their mother to call them mother. Choose like mum or mummy, something like that. Or like a cute nickname. Again, it's not for everyone. Plenty of you guys could be really close to your mum and call her mother. It just reminds me a little bit of Norman Bates. He was super close with his mother. Like, you know, I say that. In a way, he was. In a way, totally like abusive and such. So I just always think of Norman Bates calling his mum mother. So, Farnese, you're looking well after so long. As are you, mother. What brings you here? Or maybe this is just kind of, again, just higher class royal kind of talk. Mother sounds quite posh. As I can't abide the cold, during the winter I was sailing about the southern islands. I thought I would complete my trip by taking in a battlefield. I'm just gonna go to a war, just see how the war's going along. Again, the problems with the rich. They see this as entertainment. And how nice that the armies are so heroic and full of stalwart soldiers. So, oh, speaking of which, didn't you steal away from your holy knights and go missing? What brings you here? Well, much has happened. Oh my. Betrothed? You? Who is he? A royal gentleman who is an old school friend of Magnifico? Magnifico. Fucking what a name. Does your father know? Magnifico said he would at some point. It just doesn't sound right when I say Magnifico, does it? Magnifico. Sounds better. Magnifico said he would at some point find a chance to tell him. I swear, when it comes to Vandemian men. Are you alright with this? Does it seem you'll get on well with him? He kindly used the word interesting to describe me. Yeah, probably not the best word, to be fair. Interesting. I mean, I see that as a positive word, but I know plenty of women that probably wouldn't. You know what? The mother also seems kind of nice here, asking if she's okay with this and stuff. Got some strange hair, hasn't she? Some strange curls. I've got curly hair, but I've never seen curls like that. Bloody hell. I mean, these are obviously done. These are obviously not natural. Strange, aren't they? Looks like a coil. But maybe mother's actually okay. Do you have any man of whom you're fond? Well, the black fucking swordsman. No, to me you're out of sorts somehow. You don't seem like that daughter who had the head of the Van Diemen family at a loss. But I never... Oh, you didn't know? Your father fears you. Huh? You see, he's weak. Father is? It? Yes. He's weak. So he wants everything situated where he can handle it. He moves people and things all throughout the world like they were toys, and once everything is arranged according to his own schemes, he finally relaxes. In my eyes, he is slave. He is slave to the world. Well, in my eyes, he is slave. He is a slave to the world. He is slave to the world. Well, I suppose if he wasn't so abnormal, he wouldn't be cut out to be the Van Diemen head. For someone like him, you're an enigma. A little monster. I am? Father? That cannot be. I never could say one word to father about my own feelings. I never could do more than nod at whatever he said. Never. The use of words is not all there is to communicating feelings, Farnese. You've always expressed your unutterable repressings. Sorry, there's a lot of words here. Expressed your unutterable repressed feelings through the most unexpected behaviour. True. True. Like a baby without speech, crying and shouting for all it's worth. True. True. I love this panel right here. Your father feared you for that. He hasn't the strength to accept things he doesn't comprehend. You were raised all alone like some beast of the field, never experiencing a parent's warmth or the world of man. And so your heart is naked, not clad in any shell. When it comes to your feelings, you are... I thought I said autistic then. When it comes to your feelings, you are artistic. So much so that you can't abide this world. That sounds like the perfect making of a witch to me. But you know, if you were able to find a place for yourself somewhere, then you, more familiar with pain than most, would probably come to be kinder than anyone else. Mother. Yeah, maybe I was wrong about the mother thing. She actually seems really nice. I don't exactly remember raising you as such, but as a mother, I'm proud to have a daughter like you. Perhaps you had me as a bad example from which to learn. Who said that? Farnese say that? Perhaps you had me as a bad example from which to learn. What a thing to say. My lady, your coach has been prepared. Where to? Apparently a ball is being held in anticipation of tomorrow's departure from the front. It is sponsored by the municipal government, and personages from each country have invited Magnifico. Are invited, sorry. But yeah, this is our foreign language. Apparently a ball is being held in anticipation of tomorrow's departure for the front. It's sponsored by the municipal government, and personages, the word don't hear every day, from each country are invited. Magnifico said I must be sure to attend. Magnifico said so, did he? Sounds interesting. I wonder if you'd be against my accompanying you. Of course not. Man, nothing but walls. Is the whole thing Farnese place? Too much space. So what do? Just wait for it to get dark and we'll walk right in. Yeah, but there's nothing to be ashamed of, really. We'll just go and see her. I object. That's what I was kind of hoping the marriage was happening tomorrow. So I object. Hoping to get a moment like that. I will not see this marriage through. If that's a no-go, we'll deal with it then. I got a feeling this will mean trouble. Anyway, why'd we bring Casca along? And you, with that outfit of yours. Come on, Isidro. We went over this already in the last chapters. The chapters before the last chapters. But yeah, good question. Why the fuck did we bring Casca? That just seems like a recipe for disaster. We could never leave Casca by herself at the inn. Well, yeah, that's true. And she'll be bait to lure in Farnese back. The need for magic may also arise. In that case, it is easier to focus this way. Yep, witches are as witches were. Besides, I want things to return to the way they were, quickly. So cute. I'll say. Oh, another lovely panel right here. There she is. With her mother. Right in front of us. And that is it. See, I think guys watching, as I said, apologies, there's probably more cuts than usual today. Not feeling too great. Yeah, let's read some comments quickly before we finish off. Yeah, this guy makes a good point. I feel like I'm still reading Berserk, but especially this volume, it's been very relaxed and peaceful, hasn't it? Not like the last really thing we came up against was pirates. Funnily enough. So yeah, it definitely seems quite a lot different than usual Berserk right now, doesn't it? Yeah, not as much emotional damage at all, and like there's no villains here in this arc. It's just like quite a normal situation, actually. And I like that, actually. I do like that. Yeah, Farnese's mum does seem quite nice, doesn't she? So does, what was his bloody name? Roderick. He seems alright as well, to be fair. Yeah, these guys make a good point. The best espionage of all is being incredibly obvious. Because of these guys just waltzing in. But yeah, that is usually true. If someone else says the best thing is confidence, and that is usually very true. If you look like you know what you're doing, people usually won't bother you. But even if you know what you're doing and you look nervous and such, people will bother you. I don't think there's going to be any demon stuff going on here. Is the thing what I'm thinking of, which again I actually quite like. Again, it's all very different this volume so far, isn't it? Not a demon to be seen yet, I don't think. Apart from Griffith. But even he's a human right now. But yeah, before I get fucked up, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think about these chapters down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date with these weekly reactions. I should be back in a couple days' time with the final couple chapters for this volume, which are going to be called The Ball and the Colonnade Chamber. So yeah, see you guys then, and have a good rest of your day.